send me this kind of messages. The person who was sending that message obviously was thinking was sending a message to a talent that my company represents, right? As you know, our numbers are Instagram, whatever. Our numbers are what you have, on all those social portals. So someone was reaching out to my client in some funny way, but the number that was sending those messages was the number of a friend and a colleague, an age mate, someone that I respect a lot. It didn't make any sense. So I called and I asked, bro, what's up? And he said I should send him the number. So this is what has happened. He wanted to speak with me urgently on a particular day to get a piece of information. His phone was dead, so he used his daughter's phone to call me. His daughter was a secondary school student. I saved that number mistakenly, thinking it was another of his numbers, and it was that little girl's number, the 16-year-old girl's number, that was hitting at my client. So this is where we are. Access to information, access to disinformation, access to misinformation, access to toxic, dangerous content, access to funny people, criminal people, bullies. The entire floodgates of hell has been blown wide open by digital technology. So what do we do as parents? So when we're growing up, these are where our key influences came from as far as interaction was concerned. The influences, our parents, our siblings, our extended family, neighbors, teachers, peers. And key information sources were the Bible or the Quran, depending on whether you're a Christian or Muslim. Music, radio, TV, cinema, books, posters. Who remembers the days of posters when would buy posters of Diego Maradona? You put it somewhere in your room. Who is there someone here who had a poster of Pamela Anderson in your room? At the university. You try. You delay small before you swear. So we got all this information. By age 10, 90% of the things I knew as a child, I got from music and TV and music. I was just a sponge. I was just soaking up stuff. Now, back to the original story. So, this is a Filmorogwe 2022, right? I'm not a model citizen, but I didn't end up getting shot in primary school or secondary school for criminal activity. I think I turned out okay because for the first 11 years of my life, my mother followed up with me. My mother gave me the kind of attention. I didn't understand then, but my mother gave me the kind of attention that today, this week, this evening, I'm going to be faced with a decision. I'm going to be faced with options. And chances are that what is going to trigger the choice that I make will be something my mother deposited in me from ages 1 to 11. So, it's not a pitch. It doesn't mean I'm a good person. But I don't drink, never drank, never smoked. Because my mom, for some reason, you never find anything like that around her. I tell you a lie, I get a bit uncomfortable, and I call you back and I tell you, Benga, that wasn't like the true picture. My mom taught me certain values. My mom raised me in ways that have stayed very profound. I've had deep impact in the choices I make, in the places I go, in the things that I do. No matter what environment I find myself in. Show business, no matter what kind of friends I kept, no matter what was happening in my neighborhood, all the drugs, all the crimes, my mom just had this impact. So we are here, and today we get information from all kinds of sources. Our kids get information from all kinds of sources. Their cyber peers, their friends, their followers, their relatives, and their in-laws. Who has had cyber relatives and cyber in-laws get involved in their personal business of late? Yes. If you know anything about me, you know that I have cyber extended family. And so I'm trying to just get my beauty sleep, and something's happening in social media that I have absolutely no idea of. I had no hand in, and they just dragged me into the entire conversation. And before you know it, even people who thought I was a decent human being, they're not sure anymore. If you're alpha now, this thing where they, this Insta blog thing, how far are you? Why they do this? Why they behave like this now? And you're almost trying to explain yourself. So I'll share two extreme scenarios about social media. There's a kid called Ryan Kaji. He's 10 years old. He's one of the highest paid YouTube kid influencers. He started out in 2015. 6 years down the road, he's a big brand. He has a subscriber base of 33 million followers on YouTube, and he makes the kind of money on a monthly basis that if some of us made, we probably would. They're not born Bodex to even call me direct self to even, as in how, unto how. He's still a kid. And my boy is 14. Sometimes I'm speaking with him and he tells me he wants to be a YouTuber. It took me a while to even understand why a human being would want to be a YouTuber, why a kid would want to be a YouTuber. And I started researching and I paid attention, and I found out people like Ryan, people like Jake Paul and his brother who are hosting fights that are pulling the kind of audiences that professional boxers cannot even boast of, and it's just like all YouTube traction and all of that. And on YouTube, I'm finding that people are doing great stuff. Makeup artists, probably the only things you can learn from YouTube videos are probably medicine, like, even Proco doctors not even sure if you can qualify as a medical doctor from just checking stuff out on YouTube, right? Maybe you cannot be a pilot. Maybe you cannot be. So there's all these great parts about social media, and of course, my next extreme scenario is this girl, this Chinese influencer who allegedly drank, pesticide on a live stream and committed suicide. Died at the age of 25. Of course, depression and all the other stuff. So, in terms of, as far as key stats are concerned, I'm unable to pull Nigerian-centric stats. I'd apologize for that. Maybe I didn't go to the right sources. But what the global stats are looking like is this. A 2007 study of children ages 0 to 6 found out that 75% of kids watch TV each day for an average of 1 hour to 20 minutes. 25% of kids 5 to 6 years use the computer each day. A research published in 2018 found out that 90% of kids ages 13 to 17 have used social media. 75% have at least one active profile. 51% say they use social media daily. Teens are the demographic spending the most time on social media, and that's very simple. The illustrations are very clear. When we push music, JJC skills. Assalamu alaikum. When we push videos and we're looking for numbers, we tell the talents, if this does not if it does not resonate with young people, you can't drive numbers, right? So if you check out a video that was dropped maybe 24, 48 hours and it's doing 300, 100,000 views, 1 million views in 1 week, you're obviously targeting young people, right? Most of us are too worried about bills and deadlines and work and personal issues to go on YouTube and spend the kind of time that those young people spend consuming content. So, as I said earlier, it's here, and all of this they have impact on how the kids turn out, how they respond to stimuli. They have an impact on their mental health. It has an impact on their sense of self-worth. In the age of likes and comments and numbers of followers, kids who seek validation in that cyber town called social media are very likely to be emotionally maladjusted. One of the speakers mentioned it, that was Sega Link, said what you find on social media, you really cannot say it's love. You really cannot say, it's not tangible as far as it being a yardstick to determine what your personal worth is as a human being. Some of the things I cared about the most when I post on social media, some of the things I care about the most are the ones that generate the least engagement. I'm going to find a way to say it without using inappropriate language. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday as an actor. We were just brainstorming about strategy. And I said, hello and F you all. They generate different reactions. So if you're big on, so if you're an influencer on social media, you go on Twitter and say, good morning everyone. The kind of reaction you will get on Monday when you say good morning everyone, and if you come back on Tuesday and you say, F you all, punks. You just experiment that. You will see, what I'm talking about. So, we are at the point where, because this is a clear and present situation, the key to resolving all of this is what I call accessibility and control. Accessibility and control. Parental functions exist on platforms. If you're a parent and you have allowed your kids to have access to smartphones and computers and the internet, please use the parental control mechanisms on the relevant platforms. There are child-friendly versions of apps. There's YouTube Kids. There are accounts that you can create, even on the Netflixes and all the streaming platforms that you have, that can limit or curate the content, the kind of content that your young ones have access to. There are approvals, there are passcodes, and all of that. So in conclusion, I admonish parents to pay attention. Pay attention. Even when your bank balance is low, pay attention. If you don't have money, pay attention. Just as you pay your taxes, pay attention. Set boundaries and be realistic with the boundaries. Regulate and direct the use of social media for self and for kids. Engage with your kids. Find every opportunity to present your perspective on every issue that they're interested in. Anything your child is interested in, find an opportunity to create engagement, a conversation that allows you to present your perspective. The kids are going to have a perspective. But the question is, where is the balance coming from? If the kids' thoughts are fed by channels that are not positive, you have to present a counter position, and talking them down, screaming at them would not change it. So communication is key. Stay informed. Learn. Find out how to engage the things that they're interested in. The easiest way to turn off a kid is to create the impression that you are so old-fashioned, you're totally disconnected from their reality. So if your children, for example, they love gaming, if your kids are big on gaming, take 30 minutes, read about the games. The minute your 12-year-old hears you say something about, oh, is there a new version of Fortnite out? You see the excitement on their faces, right? So learn the minimal that you can learn about the things that are interesting to them, so you can engage with them, they can talk to you about it, and you can help guide them. Stay informed. Create and maintain communication opportunity with the kids. Maintain a balance. Social media is not a good thing. Social media is not a bad thing. Social media has just done one simple thing. In my book, it is called amplification. Social media has created an opportunity for us to amplify all things, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, if he has spoken and he has spoken well, but tell that your talent, that if I were a babe too, I'll be sending him such messages. I've loved him since forever. But because I don't tilt like that, if I was a babe, I don't get belly for him. You know. No, it's too late. It's a risky. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the next group of. I can hear KJV's voice. KJV, where are you? KJV, could you come and sit up front here, please? I can hear his voice. It's disturbing the whole room. You two, calm down. All right. Permit me first to welcome up here a queen. She is Africa's foremost female drummer. She's a female singer. She's an entertainer par excellence, talking drummer and cultural ambassador of the Oni of Ife. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me with a round of applause as we welcome Aralola Olumuyiwa. A round of applause for her. It's like this is a woman affair. I'd like to also welcome one of the biggest and most versatile, and when I say big, I don't mean by size, I mean by followership. One of Nigeria's most versatile, award-winning actors, first female to ever act as chairman of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, Lagos. A lot of you know her as Mama Ajasko. Please welcome Mojisola Oyetayo. A round of applause for her. Aramiara. You know why I love Moji? She goes out with everything she has. A round of applause for her, please. And Ife is definitely going to be on stage, so please go up, join them. Mr. Sunday Adebayo, please join us on stage. Can I have a round of applause for Mr. Adebayo? Voila, wow. It's bad to have, this is why they say we should stay off social media. These are my friends on social media. Sunday Adebayo. Come up, simple English. Maboloke, Wajoko Sibi. Can I have a round of applause for him? Good like voila. And please, gentlemen, take it easy on the action beaters. Please. This room was not as noisy as this before action beaters came. And when when Mama Jasko stood up, I saw what action beaters has been doing in the life of boys here. Every action was just, God bless you. Please take it easy. Oh, the honorable, oh, sorry, I should have done this recognition since. The senior special advisor on President Buhari, on social media, on WhatsApp matters, Mr. Funsharo Gudade. Can I have a round of applause for you, please? President Buhari is proud of you. All right, to help us moderate this session is a Nigerian journalist, travel and culture writer. You've heard of City Boy. This is the Lagos Boy. Winner, CNN Multi-Choice African Journalist Award in the tourism category. Nigeria's foremost travel writer, Mr. Pelu Awofeso. A round of applause for you, please.
Okay.
The reason I called this man here is so that I can reduce the noise there. So keep him here for as long as.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Good evening, everybody. And thanks for sitting up until this hour for these panel conversations and the presentations. Efe, you practically did most of the work that I'm supposed to do. You did justice to the topic of our panel. You know, but all the same, that was you speaking to the room. Now we need to hear the thoughts of all the other panelists. But you've basically done all that we need to do. You know, you've given us the risks, the potentials for social media. You've told us the things that we should do, not just as consumers of social media and active participants, but also as parents, because that is basically what this panel is about. So we all remember, I think it was during the pandemic, when a mother was beating the son, you know, and the son was like, you know, mommy, please be calming down, be calming down. And that became a sing-song everywhere. Now, that is what the home front is. That was the kind of home front that we knew as younger people. Our parents used to flog us. Now, I think flogging has been somehow quietly outlawed in the homes. Parents now, in a sense, cannot flog their children anymore. But, you know, so, I don't know how many people still do, but generally, in the majority, people now frown at you Yeah. I mean, flogging people. Again, could it be globalization? Could it be that we are trying to now match up to what the Western standards are? Let's begin. Because everybody who has come here before now has spoken about how social media has affected corporate organizations, how it's affected the public space. But we have not really spoken about how it is affecting us internally. Yeah, your kid told you, your 14-year-old boy told you, I'd like to be a YouTuber. Again, so the question is, at what age do you think children should have access to a social media platform, even creating an account? My questions will be for everybody to answer. You get it? Please just let us know, at what age do you think a boy, a girl at home should have access to social media? Because right now we know iPads have become commonplace at homes. They use iPads in school, even though there are restrictions. But again, at the end of the day, kids are going to get online, whether you like it or not. How do you control it?
I would like to say that basically there's a legal age for adolescent. We know that 16 and below cannot be classified as adolescent officially, but you're an adolescent. So I would think that 18 is the right age to come on social. Mr. Ife said a lot on social media that I was listening to, and I was overwhelmed because he was like talking from where I stand. Social media is a tool for everybody to project yourself, and that's where you can be a nobody today and then you're everybody tomorrow, and then you can be somebody today and they bring you down tomorrow. But for kids, it's the positive and the negative somehow doesn't balance because they just follow trends. They follow so-called idols, celebrities, and they do not understand the difference between what we sell as we and what the real life negotiates. For instance, on social media, from some people, okay, you say, oh, that's Mama Jasko. And when I'm doing my series, I don't look like this. I look way older, but in real life, I'm younger. That is two contradictive picture. Exactly. Now, so if you're expecting me to speak like I speak there, is different. I'm educated. The character I'm playing is an African woman. So I will bring down my English and my exposure to suit that character. But that doesn't mean I'm not exposed. That doesn't mean I do not understand WhatsApp. That doesn't mean that I do not have a social media life. So if you see me from that point of view and you see me from this point of view today, you're just going to be confused. And then the students and the children do not understand this separation of powers, as it were, or separation of character. We like to be something else on social media, and in real life, you're two totally different people. And I try to tell people, the social media thing can expose your child to things that you have no inkling. For instance, we have pornography. We have the use of crime videos that are available online. I mean, there was some weird guy that he was caught in armed robbery or ritual or something, and he said that he got the idea of ritual by watching an actor. I mean, that was the most ridiculous excuse I could have given, because I mean, we do different things on play. Why didn't you learn fame without education, which for everybody is supposed to be the foundation? So somebody comes and says, oh, I no go school, but I don't blow. Nobody, everybody, low my way. No be Wesley way go school, low my way. And then they just think, okay, you know go school, but I want to be like Ali. And then they're just going derail. But that's not the truth. The person that sang the song and the real person that went to school, when you put them pari passu, they're not the same. Their presentation, their composure are two different things. So I think 18 is a good enough time for your child to come on social media. And I think a parental monitoring should be like, we at this generation want to make money because, I mean, look at the dollar rate. So we need to make money. We need to be, we're out there all day, all night. Today is a Sunday. When we're growing up, Sunday was for family. You go to church and then you come back and you see your children. We don't know. You understand? So we need to make money, but that does not mean that we cannot monitor what our children are doing. But most parents just leave social media to control the kids. They don't have any forms of control. And of course, a lot of movies, the people don't even know that there are ratings. When they say PG, that's parental guidance. They don't know. They just leave the kids that are watching movies that have explicit sex scenes, and these children are underage. Then tomorrow you see them playing daddy and mommy, and you're like, where they get this from? There's PG on that movie. It is censored. It is PG. There's under 16, there's 18. You know, we have all these figures. But information is power, and people do not know these things. And so I think this generation should wake up to the responsibility that the money we're making is for those kids. And the minute you lose your grasp on your children in the adolescent stage, then you've already lost them. You know, I keep telling people, I've said this over and over. Thank you. On WhatsApp, for instance, you can control what your child does on WhatsApp. But people do not know this. You can link your child's WhatsApp to your WhatsApp. All the groups they're in, you can see. All the conversations, you can see. But people don't know. I have a teenage daughter. She went for a party. She said the party was in Ikeja because we stay in Surulere. But they were in Lekki. But because she was linked to my WhatsApp, and it also has GPS, I could tell they were in Lekki. And I said, girl, where are you? She said, we're chilling in Ikeja. I said, but you're in Lekki. She was like, no, we're not. I said, in the next 20 minutes, I'll be at your doorstep. See movements. Everybody's scattered. But people do not even know that.